yes, there you go. Come on. Look, you are. Let me explain. You're wasting your time. The air conditioning is already up to max. Be honest, will you? Would you rather see me or a large walking snow cone about now? Bless your heart for standing outside. Yeah. Isn't this a lovely day? Whew. Were you under the awnings? They let you come inside? For free? NBC doesn't usually miss a trick. You know what it was right outside? What the temperature was about an hour ago? Well, I tell you, 106 degrees. Yeah. So hot here at NBC that David Horowitz said, "To hell with security, leave the doors and windows open." It was so hot today, the medflies actually checked into an air-conditioned motel to mate. Anyway, welcome to the show. I'm Johnny Carson, also known as Mac's Bedroom. We have a little inducement tonight. Sometimes the monologue, it's like this. So tonight, for the person who laughs the loudest, enjoys himself the most, we have the latest Michael Jackson album. For the person who laughs the least, we're giving out another new album, Robin Leach Sings. Huh? Would you like to hear Robin Leach sing? All the way. Now, a little bit of historical news. Today is September 2nd, right? This is a significant day chronologically. And you know why? 245 years ago today, it was September 2nd, 1752. But the very next day, it was September the 12th. Do you know why? No. We switched to the Gregorian calendar in those years and lost 11 days. And you thought daylight savings time was tough to figure out? But we're going to lose another year, another day in the year 3050. Isn't that exciting? But don't worry about it. I looked it up, and it's the best of Carson. 3,000. Wonder if there'll be a Tonight Show in the year 3050. Can you imagine? I can't imagine. I'm just drifting off there for a moment myself. You getting ready for the Pope's visit? He comes to Los Angeles, I believe, when? September the 12th?
14th.
Yeah, the kids are out of school. They say it's going to be massive gridlock. The Pope is going to say a mass at Dodger Stadium, which I don't think will be enough. The Dodgers need a miracle. Now for the exciting show business news. Guess who's returning to television? Howard Cosell. Coming back with a new talk show called Speaking of Everything. Howard's all set to go. He gave his tongue a steroid shot, took his tooth out of cold storage. He's ready to go. But that show business news got the same reaction from the public as the last Charles Manson parole hearing. I'm probably responsible. Remember when Howard quit? He says, "I'll be back on television when Carson gets married again." Some little odds and ends in the news today. Some sad news from Australia. Well, you saw this in the paper. The inventor of the boomerang grenade died today. Is that a weird picture? Some art news. We're just throwing a little everything in tonight. I think I'll try this out. A place in Paris called the Galerie Michel is having a sale of some watercolors. You'll never guess who they were done by. The Ayatollah during his exile in France. And they have a sale of his watercolors. Now, there would be a status symbol to have. Bring a girl over to your house and say, "Would you like to go upstairs and see my Khomeini?" The Ayatollah started his artistic career early in life. He saw an ad in the Iran TV Guide that said, if you can draw this Shiite, you may have real talent. Okay, huh? Article in the Los Angeles paper today was fascinating. There's a new called the Canine Court. Those of you, did you read about that? Apparently, this judge handles the growing number of complaints that people have about annoying barking dogs. And this judge settles it. And the first case went to court today. And it went pretty well. Until afterwards in the hallway, when Doug Llewellyn had to interview the pit bull that lost. Now, here's my favorite story of the day. In Los Angeles, they've been holding a major criminal. I don't remember his name, in one of the Los Angeles jails. A spokesman for this jail was on television here in Los Angeles last night. And you know what he said? He said, it is now obvious to us that this prisoner has compromised our central jail release system. You know what that means? He escaped. That's exactly what he's compromised our central jail. The police have a wonderful talk. So when they asked him, when the warden found out what happened, he said, the warden compromised his central food release system. Is exactly what he said. On the way home, you'll make a joke out of that. Anyway, tonight we got a good show. We have from St. Elsewhere a very lovely actress, nominated, I think, for the 4th time for an Emmy. Miss Christina Pickles is with us. Funny gentleman, comedian John Mendoza is on the show. And a young man who did something I don't understand why and how he did it, but he is alive to tell us about it. His name is Ed Gillette, and he's left from Point Monterey in a kayak to the island of Maui in the Hawaiian Islands. And he made it all by himself in a kayak. Now, isn't a kayak one of those where you one paddle? Would you do that? No. You won't go to Catalina on your yacht. Man went to... Anyway, stay where you are. We'll be right back.